What's good, everybody? It's your boy Roman Puss here with some more OPBR. Now we are on the final tier list for this season till we have another break for a while. We have the Defenders tier list. We're gonna go over who is the best of the Defenders, who is the worst. We've only had like a good 4 or 5 additional since the last time I did one, which has kind of been about 4 months-ish now. And we're gonna take a look and see which Defenders are the better tiers. So let's dive in and see what we got. Alrighty, there's our girl Patricia. You know, Patricia always up here vibing. We're gonna keep her up here because I don't remember. I'm not really sure how many people are gonna be up in the God tier section. But let's begin, shall we? We got our first one up. Cortisone. I have this kid maxed. Have him maxed level 100 boost to. I just don't think he can even make it. I'm not even gonna throw him up there. He just isn't able to defend. His thing. Like his playstyle is basically throwing your bomb off and then kind of stalling. Like the bomb either needs to either be able to redetonate it. I cannot talk today. Either redetonate it or it should stick to the enemy. It needs one, if not both, of those attributes for that bomb ability to be worth. And then the silence ability can be pretty good. If you get 2 cortisones on like a Saturday archipelago map, that can be kind of obnoxious because one uses the silence and then waits for that one to be done. And then the second one uses the silence and then it can just a whole lot of invisibility. But in general, not a very good unit. He's not great. I wouldn't play him. There's much better options, especially since there's a ton of blue defenders, so wouldn't go him. Next up, your boy Garp. He's a 3-star, lower stats. Like 3 stars means lower stats, so that's where they struggle. He used to be decently viable, like pretty good. I don't know if I could throw him, like, because Garp is a lot squishier, I'm gonna be honest, than Cortisone is. Cortisone, if you build him right, can be a lot tankier than what Garp is. So, I don't know. Garp kind of prospers. If you get your Cannonball lineup, Garp can be a lot more useful. But, like, in general, if you're supposed to be tanking 1v1ing, I don't know. I'd probably say Cortisone over Garp, but some people may fight me on that. Either way, they're both pretty low tier, not very great. Next up, Blue Smoker. Kind of has a one-trick pony. Honestly, I'm going to throw him here. He's definitely better than these two. He kind of sucks in with his smoke, his stun ability, and then he uses his other ability, like a really slow punch ability that goes and hits them. Still, once again, a lot better options for blue defenders. Again, this bottom half of the tier list is not as relevant, and I would stay away from them if you are a newer player. Second, I want to mention is the row matters. So from left to right, in each tier will matter, and that is relevancy as well. Next up, your boy Shirohige. I honestly, like, he's pretty bad, but he's not as bad as I kind of thought. Still wouldn't play him. Like, you're not going to be climbing top 100 with him generally. His abilities are just way too slow, but if you do land his abilities, they can be pretty detrimental, honestly. So they can hurt. They can hurt. Your boy Fujitora. Definitely, I'd say right here, solid. Like, he used to be a monster, kind of, because he was, like, really, really tanky. But if he had the attribute that made it so he doesn't get knocked back and it's just turned into knockdown, he would be outstanding. Like, basically like Bartholomew Kuma. If he had that ability, he would be fantastic. The Meteor is great. Your skills are great if they can land. But the problem is getting them to land is not the easiest thing. Especially since there's so many mobile characters now. So many people who have instantaneous abilities, so you could cast your ability, someone could like hit you once and cast their ability and still get it off before your abilities actually go off. That's kind of like the dangerous part of it all. Bartolomeo, probably better than these kids. Like, Bartolomeo's not as bad as like many people say, but he's still not great. I honestly might throw him down here. We might move these down if I end up with them down here, but I think Bartolomeo's kind of like he's like a C tier kid. Maybe up here. I don't know. I don't know. His Rasengan ability can kind of hit like for decent damage, but it's really not that good, and your counter ability is not that great either. Blue Sabo, you can be invincible. I think you apply an attack buff, I believe, on your other ability, your little Dragon Claw, which I love how he does that with his hand. But alright, not that good. The best thing he's got going is that he's invincible. Otherwise, his basic attacks kind of suck. He's not that great. He doesn't do that much damage either. Hinaswan, better than those two. Hinaswan, her cage is the strongest CC in the game. I love her. Her problem is her basic attacks and she has no sustainability. So if she could heal as she hit like a caged unit, I think she would be 10 times of a better unit. Or if she got like an attack buff for like hitting a unit, like the Blue Boa. Like Blue Boa Hancock, the way she hits petrified people and gets an attack buff, if Hina had something like that, oh, she would be outrageous. But that's not the case, unfortunately. Amaru Eneru, with all the big moms running around, with all these people, yes, the Rogers and the Odins kind of can bamboozle him, but you still have that fat damage reduction. Your circles are like really good. I think he's a really good unit overall. Your skill 1 is like almost instantaneous, so really kind of tricky for enemies to dodge that. So he's got that going for him. Yeah, just really, really tanky, really good. I love him. Sengoku, probably I would say better than Fuji. Some people might fight me on this. Sengoku kind of brings more utility to the group. You got the defense buff, you got the heal. Oh, my dog is barking. You just bring a lot to your team. Your skill 1 is just kind of tricky and doesn't really like work that well, in my opinion. So, yeah. Next up, Nightmare Luffy. Nightmare Luffy kind of has more damage. He's not really a defender type of person. He's kind of an attacker unit. So, he kind of does lots of that, and I don't know. I don't know if I would qualify him as like that great anymore. He's just kind of, I don't know. He's kind of fallen down. He can still like hurt really bad. If you like blindside somebody with that big like rocket punchy ability, it does a lot. I would almost put him above Fujitora. I don't know. No, I'll leave him down below. You can do damage, but he's becoming a little bit outdated, but he still has his attack defense buff, which makes him great. Blue Kiji. Oh, that's the wrong one. We'll get back to that one later. Just kidding. Green Kata. I have another one, but we'll get back to that. Green Kiji. He is important now because of Goldie Roger. You can sit there. I'm going to put him up here. You don't even need the CP9 set for him to work. You go damage reduction set, you go Grand Line, and you can take single digit damage from Goldie Roger. Keep that in mind. The problem is that there's Blackbeards and there's Rob Lucci's running around that will still do fat damage to you, so beware of that. Not as much Lucci because you have your damage reduction from attackers, but Blackbeard can still punch you for a good chunk. And if you're not doing damage back and you charge up his skill 2 really fast, if you use your skill 2 on him, it just doesn't work too well. Bartholomew Kuma, your number 1 go-to if you want to take single digit damage from Big Mom, and if you want to like not get knocked off the treasure from Big Mom. Kuma is your go-to. Kuma is to Big Mom as Katakuri is to Roger. Like, Katakuri takes single digit damage from Roger, Kuma takes single digit damage from Big Mom. So if you're tired and fed up of Big Mom, just play Kuma. You can beat her. You'll never get shocked using your basic attacks unless she's close to you. Then, like, if she's in melee range and her shock just naturally shocks you, then that's possible. But overall, you can't get shocked from using your skill 1 or your basic attacks. But you can get shocked using your skill 2, so keep that in mind. This Shanks, quite outdated. He's, I don't know, he can still kind of do decent damage, but yeah. Red Shanks, that's whatever. Red Defender Law is not very good. He's just never had it going for him. It's just never been a thing. Alabasta Luffy, why do you exist? You're Garbanzo. Timeskip Zoro, a little bit better. I'd say he's better. He's kind of better now. Not better now, but I don't know. I think he's fallen down, actually. His abilities, he's not that great. I'll put him down in D tier. Green Smoker, garbage. I don't even know if these matter. I've never played this Red Luffy, but I know this Green Smoker takes 10 years for his abilities to go off, so it's outstandingly terrible. Bedge, I'll throw him like right here. He's, I don't know, he has his purposes. He's pretty much was a boss battler, but ever since like even the Kaido boss battle, he doesn't seem like he does that much damage, so I don't even know if he's that great there. Your boy Kurohige, kind of important. He's kind of one of your better go-tos for when it comes to fighting Roger. He's definitely falling off like a little bit. Like he's much easier for more of the newer units to start fighting and be able to kill, so that's actually a miracle. But he's still relevant enough to where he can fight and do fat damage, and it's great. Green Krako, Green Prison Krako, definitely, he's not that great. I'm gonna throw him down here. He's never shown, like, he's called a unit, not that great. I wouldn't really use him ever. Max Jellins, really important for fighting Big Mom. Against Roger, is kind of gonna be an issue. Definitely better than Kuma. Would I say better than Amaru? Potentially. With Roger and Odin running around, it's a little bit trickier, so you gotta keep that in mind. But your Poison and Venom is very useful for knocking down like Odin and Roger as they're like speeding and zooming around. Roger once again is a little bit trickier, so keep an eye out for that. Kind of them being around. I don't want to like de-rank them because they're blue, because they are still really good units, and it's just they're really strong green units that are existing currently. But these are definitely really good if there's like Roger still has potential to do fat damage to them, but they're really tanky enough to last and be able to do things even with them in the game. Blue Crocodile. This blue crocodile, no, he's going down here. I'm not gonna say why does he exist, because he's been a decent unit. I kind of want to throw this Wano Law. This Wano Law used to actually do one-shot damage, but not so much anymore. Green Croco, or Blue Croco, this dude's kind of at least a little more useful. His dodge is really nice, and it makes it kind of super easy to get perfect dodges, but yeah. Sadly, Green Kid, the game actually keeps chucking this kid at me. I didn't pull on his Bounty Fest banner, and I already almost have him max because the game's just deciding to give him to me. Probably better than the Sabo, probably better than Whitebeard, probably better than Hina. I don't know if I could quite put him in A tier. I'm gonna test him once I get him max level 100. He could potentially be here in A tier. If you, like Green Kid mains, want to fight me on that, I'm not gonna be upset if you want to throw him in A tier. He definitely could be there. Potentially. His abilities are just garbage because he can be knocked down so easily with that, and it's terrible. And yeah, I don't. We'll test him. And his basic attack sequence is absolute garbo. It's kind of rough. Next up, Bellamy. Again, why do he exist? I'm glad they added him because I love Bellamy, but he's just not good anymore. He was kind of useful when he first came out. Waffle, he's Waffle. I'm sure you guys are just as upset as I am when you pull him, and I have him maxed out, so I don't know. He's actually a really good support unit, though. He's decently good for support unit. Frankie. This Frankie, I'm sure Uncle Forgiven's gonna fight me. Uncle Forgiven probably wants him up here. I don't think he's that good. I never thought he was really that good. I'm gonna put him here. Corazon. I kind of want to move Corazon around, actually. I don't think Corazon's actually that bad. I could put Corazon down here. I'm gonna put Corazon up here. I think he's kind of deserves to be up here. Green Big Mom. Apparently another one of the great units kind of runs like the same thing Roger runs with the damage reduction, and then you can take single-digit damage from Roger as long as you're off the treasure. So I believe she's kind of more relevant. I'm not gonna throw her way up there. I'll put her in here. I kind of knocked her down to B tier, I think, last time, but I'm willing to put her here, potentially above Nightmare Luffy, because she's gonna do more than Nightmare Luffy. Just because with Roger being around, and Roger's going to be everywhere. Just wait 2 or 3 months when everyone has Roger max, and he's in every game, and he's like 3 or 4 Rogers per game minimum. Yeah, be ready for that. So there's that gonna be there. Wano Hawkins, garbage. Don't play him. He's not good at all. Gecko Moria, Defender Gecko Moria. This one can actually do damage. I'm honestly going to put it above Corazon because you can actually do decent damage. I'm going to put him above them. So, okay, JK Corazon, you're getting knocked down. Sorry about it. Kaya, why do you exist? You're garbage. This chick, I'll throw her here, but she's garbage. Why can't I remember her name? Pink hair, don't care. I don't know, actually. What's her nuts? I always forget her name. Next up, we have Arco. Arco's really good, has heals, fat defender, like really good. I think he's one of the best. The shield is actually outstanding. If you play around your shield and you can get your teammates to play around the shield, you guys can actually get so much done. I'm almost willing to put him above Katakuri, but since Katakuri takes single-digit damage from Roger, it's great. Roger can still bamboozle the Arco, so you gotta be careful with that. Urush. I'm hesitant to put him up here. Urush can still get like whopped by Roger because of his stat buffs. So Urush, you gotta be careful with. It can be fairly nasty with, yeah, just the stat buffs, be careful. Be careful with Roger, because just because you're red does not mean you're invincible, and even if you're full defense stat, yeah, it can be tricky. Caesar Crown, we love some Caesar Clown. I'm gonna throw him up here. We're actually gonna move Nightmare Luffy down, sorry buddy. Yeah, Caesar Clown, I would put him above Urush, honestly. Yes, you get the defense buff, so that will kind of hurt you when you're fighting Roger, but you got that poison that meltates people, and I love, actually, Caesar's really good. The issue is he's super slow, but you can kind of go, if you use your skill 1, push people off their treasure, and you can kind of get your team to get the treasure, otherwise they have to sit there and melt themselves on top of that. So just be careful for people being able to perfect dodge on that, so watch out. Admiral Kiji, this one, terrible. I played it. It's terrible. It's not playable. It's actually not playable. Actually not playable at all. Zoro's going back up here. Kiji, don't play it. I was gonna make a like gameplay video of him, and he was just not working at all. It just like at all. Just no. My boy Kappa-chan. I'm hesitant on where to put him. He's still fairly new. I still need to see a lot more level 100 gameplay, so please don't judge me too hard on where I place him. I'm honestly going to place him probably the bottom here. He may be greater than that, He's, especially with his stat affliction reduction is really nice, but he may be better. He may be better than these units. Just, I'm gonna put him here for now because I'm not truly sure what a full max boost level 100 Kappa has, because I haven't seen too much gameplay on it. I've the ones that I've fought, I've defeated fairly easily, so I'm still not impressed by him. But yeah, he might even be a B tier, but I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna let him sit up here for now. Just be careful if you're gonna be maxing him. Kinemon, I don't think is that great. I think he's super annoying, but I don't think he's that great. He's actually worthy enough to be here. I'll put him above Kappa-chan for now. But Kinemon, definitely, he's really annoying in challenge battles and stuff when it's like hard set level 80, but in league battle, he hasn't been too much of a threat and hasn't done that great. So, I don't know. Not impressed that much. Mihawk. Love myself some Mihawk. These two are your go-tos for stopping Roger because they're fantastic. Yeah, I would use them. Mihawk has the super damage reduction. He does more damage, and he's like super tanky. He's non-devil fruit user, so he like doesn't have to worry so much about Blackbeard, and he can fight Roger decently well. So these two are your go-tos for fighting Roger. Just saying. Lastly, but not leastly, your girl Perona. I think very undervalued character. I'm gonna put her above Urush because I think she's more annoying than Urush. Urush just kind of sits there. I would put her actually at the top of here. Actually, I'd put her above Kuma. She's better than Kuma, honestly, right now, because she can stop people from attacking, which is one of the strongest. I know I said the Kina's Cage is the strongest, but no. Perona's stopping from attacking is actually disgusting, and like Roger can't even stop it. Big Mom can't even stop it. Yeah, you just kind of have to sit there and watch. So if you get some good cooldowns on your Perona and your damage reduction, you have to build her full tanky, but she can just stop people from attacking, and it's actually so annoying to fight her. So be careful, watch out for that. But yeah, I believe this is my tier list. Yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this. Kappa, I'm still unsure. I might actually move him down here. I've just not been impressed with what he's done so far, so we will see where he ends up. Caesar, you could potentially fight. I'm actually going to move Caesar here and Kuma down here, because Kuma's kind of fallen off. Kuma was just good for fighting Big Mom. Yeah, we'll end it there. Yeah, I'm going to end him right there. I'm happy with that. That's good. That's better. But alright, you guys, that is my Defenders tier list. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that helps you guys, give you guys a good general consensus of what is going to be good and what is bad. So just watch out for that. Watch out for those Rogers out there, because it is a lot of blue Defenders, and that's most of what the Defenders are. So be careful with that. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't, that's fine too. You do you. But I'm your boy Roman Puss, and I'm going to be taking off. Yeah. Peace, beautiful people.